The morning after I came home from my father's memorial service, that money fear came back. Not grief, fear. The kind of anxiety that wells up when you don't know where the next dollar is going to come from. And here's what I'm beginning to learn about money fear and how it doesn't take a bereavement leave. My name is Gerald, and I am money drunk. Yesterday, my son and I, we had this great moment where we were talking about trading and investing, and he was telling me about the Bloomberg service, and talking about financial news, and how he asked me if I had used this when I was day trading. And I said, yeah, I used some sort of service like this, but I also dug a little bit deeper, and I was looking at yearly trends and monthly trends, for very specific commodities that I would do trading with, that I would do day trading with. And we got on the topic of the specific difference between investing for the long term, and trading. And I talked about trading more in the realm of a professional athlete, because these traders are like professional athletes. They go to school, they literally train, they watch their trades on video, and see how that they could have improved them. So trading is a very, very specific skill mixed with art. And again, it's something that can be trained, but it's not something that, anybody can do it. But in order to do it well and to have a return that's better than the S&P 500 is entirely different. And a lot of products, a lot of mutual funds they're managed by traders, but they don't even have that same return as the S&P 500, the top 500 stocks in the United States stock market. I was sharing with him my financial acumen, my financial literacy that I have. And again, showing him the real differences between investing and trading. And I always love to point to Warren Buffett, because he's been one of the most successful traders of all time. And he has said this many times before. He has only been successful at investing because he has invested consistently, rain or shine, good markets, bad markets. He has invested consistently for the past 75 years. And that longevity, that consistency, that persistence of investing takes advantage of compound interest. And I believe that if he's worth $85 billion now, and he's like 90 years old or something like that, he's only made 81 billion since he was at the retirement age. So it's been that longevity that has given him that unfair advantage when it comes to investing. And like I said, trading is a totally different animal, and it is not investing. And it's relying on speculation in a sense, betting on whether heads you win and tails you lose, and the probability of that. So again, I was sharing this financial literacy with my son, and I'm really, really fortunate that I get a chance to have this knowledge to be able to pass on to him, and B, him have the patience to be able to listen to me. But this points to something that I'm doing very, very specifically with what I'm doing with this YouTube channel. I'm talking about financial anxiety. I'm talking about economic insecurity. I'm talking about money psychology. And those ideas, those fears are still with me the day after I got back from my father's memorial service. You know, look, I did the next right thing. I went ahead and paid my rent, but I still have all these bills that are still coming at me. And I still don't have a reliable source of income to help me meet. Yes, I was able to pay June 1st rent, but how am I going to pay July 1st rent and August 1st rent? Being able to come up with a way to be able to manage those very basic needs. And yes, I do have something to build upon. I have this driving business that I'm able to find a way to be able to grow. I can ask my existing clients for more work and more clients. That's one way to be able to grow this business. But the other thing that I'm also trying to do is I'm trying to build this YouTube channel, and I'm pressing the record button, and I'm doing all the things in order to help make each video create more value for each video, so that I get more watch time, so that I attract more viewers, and that I'm able to share my message with more people. And here's the thing. One of the greatest things that I was able to do was to be there for my family, to actually make that trip out to the East Coast, to take some time off of work, to not be earning, and spend time with my family. I was able to show up for my family. I was able to show up for my sister, and my son was able to, from a distance, he was able to witness that. He was able to see me show up for my family, see me cook with the rest of my family, and be there and grieve with them. And that showing up every day is the real legacy that I'm leaving for him. Look, it's really difficult to have this economic insecurity, this undercurrent of financial anxiety running through the day-to-day. But here's what I do have to pass on to my son. And it's more than just building this channel, or it's more than just having a job or having a high-paying career. What I'm showing my son is that I'm the type of person that shows up. I show up for my family. Family's important to me. I made that very, very clear. And I showed up for them in all the ways that I could show up for them. I hit the record button every day. I talk honestly and openly about the financial anxiety that I'm feeling. I talk about this money psychology every day and come up with some of the solutions, some of the tools that I use to reframe my thoughts and to gain a new perspective. And that's the type of legacy that I'm actually leaving. It's not some sort of get-rich-quick scheme, or here's how you go from 0 to 10K a month. That's not what I'm leaving him, and that's not what I'm providing for you either. I'm showing you how I show up each and every day, faced with some sort of different adversity, faced with some sort of financial challenge every day, and how I'm systematically working through it. And I don't have all the answers. I'm not cured. And like I said, that financial anxiety still shows up. It does not take a bereavement. But on the day that I lost my job, on the day that my father died, on the day that I was there with my family, on the day that it's another Tuesday, I'm here and I'm pressing the record button. I'm showing up for you, and I'm showing up for my son, and I'm showing up for myself. If I can do that each and every day and not abandon myself and not be stuck in that self-doubt and not have this distrust in life and begin to trust in the process, if I can do that just one day at a time, don't have to figure out all of my problems. I don't have to come up with solutions with all of my problems today. Yes, I know that there are things that I need to address. And at the same time, I can only work on them one day at a time, one problem at a time. And by showing up every day for myself, I know that I'm not going to quit and that things are going to work out. Things always do. So if you resonated with anything in this video, if you heard your story of financial fear or financial anxiety in this video, go ahead and hit the like button and go ahead and hit subscribe so you can get more videos just like this, where I tackle a new financial situation every day that I'm able to work through some way or another, mostly by showing up for myself. And I'm willing to show up for you too. So go ahead and click that link in the description down there too. Schedule that free call with me. Let's continue this conversation and join me on this journey as I continue to get money sober. And watch this next video right here. This video talks all about how that journey continues. It's not the destination, it's the journey.